Good morning. Welcome to a new week. This is Monday and it's the 1st of March and we are at episode 39. How much it has gone, and also some of you may have noticed today SmartRobie has a brand new look. That's right, it has a brand new look and it makes it so much easier and the user interface, and perhaps we will explore some of those features today. It's a very simple, just have more so-called what we call educational material that we like to highlight to many of our members, and we are also getting our platform ready for the other exchange market. So that is some development that you will see on our SmartRobie today. That's right. Now last Friday or more of us last Friday night, we have the Dow Jones really close almost 400 points and it has caused some sort of stir. Whereas in our market this morning, let's look at our market this morning. As we can see, let me just turn on to a bigger chart here. Our KLSE market is still up 5 points. We have the difficulty or more of a resistance to break above the 1600 level. What do you think? Do you think we are going to break higher or not? Right now, that's going to be interesting. Now, also, you may also see a few more things in the new SmartRobie. We will explore them for sure in our next segment, which is the brand new look. That's right. We also have a brand new look, and not to forget, and also a special offer. When you refer to a friend and the friend really download it, you will get another 400 credit. One of the things that we want to do for this month of March is to spread the good word of SmartRobie and how it can help, and also the existing courses that we have on SmartRobie. As I'll show you, just bring up the new look here. And you can see here, so this is the new look and feel. You can see we have all the educational material and this value investing growth. Let me just switch to a wider chart. You can see it's 800 credit, and one of the reasons why we really want to promote this is to make sure you all are well educated, get the necessary information, and grow your wealth with SmartRobie. There are some of them are free one, but there are some of them are paid one. Also, we are planning another investing course down the road somewhere in May. So always we use SmartRobie to keep track of all our promotion. And thank you for many of you who are with us this morning, and I hope you like the look and feel of it. Of course, the easiest part is on sharing. You can see the share button in here, or you can refer to a friend, and there you go. Just use your codes and just share it with any friends that you can. So making it much easier to get that word. Of course, we have voucher, some of those features where you get a voucher for doing a report, or you bought a voucher. Then we also have the marketplace where we will constantly update some of the offering that we have in terms of education or some financial products that we have. So keep in touch in here and make sure you collect those free credit. Of course, one of the best way to collect free credit is to refer to your friend. And also, let's look at Robie in this morning in here. You can also see there are two charts. You can also read the messages in here. And don't forget, we have the auto suggestion. Let's say this morning, I want to look at Axiata. I just type A. You can see all the relevant stocks are in here. Avanta, Eastland, AIM, ASB, it's all in there. Make it so much easier, and the user interface. I hope you like that one too. And now we are constantly updating our apps to make it relevant and to enhance your user experience that you have. Thank you very much for those of you who's been supported us, and thank you again those of you who have came this morning in here. Do take note of some of the stock that you have with me, and I'm happy to go through with you this morning in here. All right, let's look at what we have for you this morning, and no other than our agenda for this morning. It's a beginning level, and we'll be focusing a lot on the trading plan of Pentagon Guider, and the stocks we're going to be picking up is Pentagon Guider. You can see on the this next of me here. That's right, the Pentagon Guider in there, and you can hit that one, and you can see a list of stocks. That's right, we have about 10 of them. Axiata, Heineken, Nestle, IJM, Muhiba, Syme, TunePro, and also Vision. Okay, so different types of stuff. This also sounds like household stocks to you, isn't it? It sounds like a household stock. So we will be taking a look at those as a trade idea. And also, don't forget today, this morning, we intend to study some of this chart too, so that you can also follow them too. All right. Do share this in your timeline if you like so far on our so-called in your timeline, this video in your timeline. And let me just get on to another slide on this one in here. Okay, let me just give me a minute, and I'm trying to see where I am. That's right. Okay. Okay, for those of you who have stock this morning, make sure you put it in there, and we are able to look at them too. All right, let me just do something this morning in here, and we want to cross post to, that's right. Okay, now that's much better in here. All right, thank you. Yes, some of you already posted that. Thank you again, and it should be up this morning in here. That's right. Okay, let's look at what we have for you this morning. Let's push on and look at our KLCI highlights. That's right. So in our KLCI highlight this morning, it's news that came out on Saturday about Maxis being one of the big telco provider in here. And we all know over lately, a lot of the big telco provider has been really struggling in much of the many manners that we've seen in here. And you can see on Maxis, let's type it in here. You can type MA and you type in the X. You can see Maxis comes out so much easier. Hit the Maxis so you don't have to type up everything. And now, okay, so we're gonna look at the stock chart and the stock thing here. So you can see right now, even Maxis has not been a favorite among some of the institutional as well as retail. Why? It's very slow. You can see right now, let's put this chart big up again here. You can see we have a red Pentagon that was in 24th of January. And despite of the big investment that was put in by the Maxis, and right now we have the 5G sectors, which is been out this week, or more like last week. So a lot of the hype around the 5G, and again, this does mean infrastructure spending will be a lot on this Maxis that will take away a lot of the cash flows. Again, we also have many providers in there. We have the UMW, we have the TM, we have the Cellcom, we have the XOX. So these are really getting above on the shares, and you can really see it from the chart in here. That's why this does not get the kind of uptrend that we see in technology stock. And why not? Because a lot of the time when you see stocks like this Maxis, they are only exposed to the domestic sector. That's right. So generally, when you're exposing to the domestic sector, you may not get the kind of boom that we see in the technology stock that we experience in worldwide. As I said before, many times before, the US market seems to be the main driver of many of the sectors that we've seen so far. Let's move on to another next news. Excuse me. And the next news is higher capex for expansion, that is PRE, which is again another manufacturing processes, which actually connected and partly owned by Foxconn. This has been one of the stock pick that we have earlier on. Let's look at PRE. Okay, you can see Pi here. Oh, there's another MacPie too. I never know there's a lot of Pi. Okay, let's look at the stock chart that we have. And you can see this stock chart has of course still holding up its level in here. You can see, let me just blow this up, this chart here. You can see it did turn red Pentagon somewhere in let me just put this to a bigger chart, somewhere in mid-February, but it's holding up so far. And you have a spring there, another classic move, and it also coincides a lot of this about expansion right in here. You can see. So let's look at Pi this morning in here. We can type up the stock live prices for Pi. It is down minus 1.5%, which is seem this morning a lot of the tech stocks are going through some sort of profit taking in there. Having said that, technology right now is undergoing corrections, and we are seeing that also on the US market. But having said that, this news, the mobile energy business has enormous potential growth, and which seems to be driving Pi in here, and also tied to the Maxis. So you can see a real difference between two sectors. One is Maxis, one is Pi, and you can see Pi being electronic manufacturers goes up, and the other one being an infrastructure goes down. So it pays dividend to understand if you want to go to a sector, it's good to also to understand which are the one by looking at least at the chart and looking at the trend in here. So if you want to get into Pi, use the trading plan. All right, let's move on to our next piece of news in here. Now, next piece of news is KPS, which is actually, I believe, is an industrial manufacturer, KPS. And we hit that one, KPS. So if we can hit the stock comment and stock chart, and you can see KPS very nicely done. The charts looks very, very good. Let me just blow this up again. You can see a lot of the classic stock, and you can see CNS, which is no confirm, which is one of the very, very profitable, highly trade setup which we teach in our masterclass. Now imagine having gone in after the CNS. That's one of the reason why we really recommend you to get our no supply screener from our plugin to enhance your skill as also as enhance many of the tools that you have. But meanwhile, you can see KPS has gone higher, as you can see, surpassed 1 billion revenue mark for FY 2020. So you can see good news. Stocks already jalan, but you can see from in here, and let's look at KPS at the stock comment that we can see in here. You can see Pentagon Guider fact. KPS is at likely 12.6% since the Green Pentagon on 21st of January. If we are just following the Pentagon Guider, and we have two shares which is very similar today on the Pentagon for you on that part. All right, let's look at what we have next for you guys is. Let me see. Okay, let's go on to the next news that we have is the US market. That's right. Now remember last Friday I spoke earlier on in the segment. We have the US market fell almost 400 points, but the US stocks is up right now in the futures is because the Americans has approved the Johnson & Johnson 1 dose. Now be interesting to see when Johnson & Johnson vaccine comes over to the Malaysian shore that we all need to take one vaccine in here. So that seems to be upping up this morning, this market in here. And I do believe what we've seen so far in US has been pretty much a correction. But the interesting news that came out on US, which is in fact many of you who are value investor, is Warren Buffett annual letters. That's right. Now Warren Buffett, having said that, has been considered one of the greatest investors, but over the last 5 to 10 years, its stock has underperformed compared to the overall sectors, and you can see technology stock like Apple, Tesla's, and many of those are what we call related to the mobile handphone, the 5G had done so much better. So there is a sort of a demand of satisfaction from the user as well as from the shareholder on Warren Buffett. Now Warren Buffett this year is already turning 90 years old. Now a lot of people say, where is your successor plan? You're not 60 years old, you're not 55, but you are 90 years old. So people are demanding is, why don't we see a successor plan, and why don't we see a backup plan, and how to push the share price, which has been lagging for many years. So that seems to be missing from the Warren Buffett annual letter. As such, we will see in the coming period, and I believe this year, Warren Buffett shares, Berkshire Hathaway B shares, or even A shares will continue to lag, and is still invested in the old technology stock. What do you think? Do you think what I say here makes sense? Warren Buffett being one of the old generation, the baby boomers in here, compared to the technology stocks that we talk about, how well would Warren Buffett fare in here? So give me your intake, type it in there. If you like what you see, also give me another thumbs up. But having said that, earlier on, I've spoke about the analysts predicting the US Dow Jones market will have a correction very soon, perhaps in spring. It already come. I think last Friday, we have the 400 points drop, and it had made a 2-bar reversal. That's right, a 2-bar reversal for that part. So we can see that correction coming in there. So do take note, this is what's actually happening in US. And not forgetting on our Pentagon Trade idea that since we started way back in November, we had some new high. One of them definitely noted is press metal. Press metal continued to hit almost 10 ringgit, and from the 30th November, which we do pick up on the Pentagon, It's up 44%. Some of them hit recent high, like the JF Tech for 87%, SL West 43. It has gone to a pullback. Of course, not all of them done well, like Sintex at item number 4, down 4%, Dufu 38. Becca continued to make new high at 34%, and that was a Pentagon pick. At that time on the 28th December, which is a stock idea. That's right. And then MPI was up to 11th of January, JHM 34 and UW 25. You may notice all these item 1 to item 9 are technology driven. It's important if you want to make trades that do very well. You need to have the overall major trend behind it, and those trends must able to last through 2 to 3 months in for that. If you're just going to be a 1 or 2 bar up like we do in Premium Alert, a lot of those trades you need to have an interactive chart like the Pentagon guider on our Trade VSA plugin, a tool which is very important to have in here. But no doubt we continue to update our SmartRobie chart and our SmartRobie apps that many of you can enjoy this benefit too. All right, let's move on to our next lesson learned that we talk about is Supermax. That's right. I know some of you did ask me about earlier on some of the rubber glove. I think there was one called Care Plus, but I want to review with you a trading plan that I did on 11th of January, and take note of the stop loss. Okay, now let's look at where is Supermax right now. Okay, let's type in Supermax right now. That's why it's important we do a trading plan. You can see Supermax is going down, down, down. Of course, the most common question people ask me right now, Martin, what should I do? Market going down, right? I said, do you have a plan? Yes, I have a plan. Can I see your trading plan? So I'm going to show you again the trading plan that we did. And then this is the Supermax trading plan. Okay, so you can see this is a Supermax trading plan. Let me just stretch this a bit more. You can see. So by just following our plan, we will do what we do. And one of the things we always notice in my earlier days as a trader time, we actually pass our trading plan to our broker to execute. Why? You can see there is an entry price, okay, which is here, 690. So we got in 690. There is another one called stop loss price, correct? Now, so stop loss price is 565 what? Let me just bring that up again. Okay, 578. That's right. So you can look at now is what? $4.50, isn't it? So that's why we have a stop loss price. So if you don't have a stop loss price like this, then a lot of time, we won't do what we do. We being human, and again, going back to the agenda, are you a trained investor or a trained trader? That's a question I always ask you again. Like many of our members who went through our 12-month mentorship and also the coaching, which is we're doing in our masterclass intake. This is where we talk about the agenda. Very important that we want to make you accountable to yourself and to building wealth. Very important. That's what part of our masterclass in here is, to make sure you become the trained trader and a trained investor. And if you have written item number 5 that you see over there, stop loss at 578, then this is a time where we come in and ask you, will you honor your stop loss? But most of them, if they are not trained like you, many of you in here, I said, never mind lah, yeah, it's okay lah. Then at this point at 450, then you'll start to ask the Sifu Martin, can cut loss or not? That's right, we always talk about. And remember, this cycle repeat itself again and again and again. Why? Because you do not take it seriously as part of the agenda to become a trained trader and trained investor. And we all do this in a very structured way through our masterclass. And many of our members who are listening now are very, very motivated to do this, because we have a good trading strategies, we have a good methodologies that if you follow closely, and I think you will do as well as many of our members have done so. All right, and that's very important. So the lesson learned in here is that, do you honor what you have done in here? At least you would have got up maybe 560 or whatever the case, and not suffer another $4.40. Where is this time going to go? Right, SmartRobie will have another new plans for you. You can just check it out in there. Right now you can see a lot of these rubber glove stocks. Having said that, it is continuing to go downhill, and one of the reasons why is because the existing a lot of the shorts. Now if you go over to Singapore side and you type in the Riverstone, which is another maker, and Riverstone AP4, right, you can see it is a different picture altogether. It is still holding up at 130. So which actually tells you a different base in it. Then there's another one called Medical. Okay, Medical, this is in Shanghai, if I'm not mistaken. There's another one, I can't remember the name. Is it Blue Met? Blue Met. I can't find the code inside, but that one is registered in the Shanghai Stock Exchange, and usually they don't follow the Malaysian one. It's just that the Malaysian one, our stocks, apa itu? Okay, let me just show you this. Switch to 2, and I'll put you on the Supermax, and you can see the two difference. You can see, right? One is holding up, one is going down. So this is where the Malaysian one, a lot of the short sellers are coming in here, and they're very, very dominant. You can see the difference between two rubber gloves, both also from Malaysia, Riverstone and Supermax. So that's why it tells you how those two differ in here. Again, a trading plan like Supermax is good, and that is the lesson learned for today. That's right. Now let's go on to what we have for you this morning in our episode 39, 1st of March, is two stocks, which is the Pentagon Guided List, UMW and Axiata. So this morning, I will do the trading plan for UMW. Let's look at UMW this morning in here. Okay, let me just switch back to the main chart in here. Okay, UMW. Okay, and it's a nice, we can see that that was a very nice pick up this morning after the green Pentagon in here, which came out on last Friday, and this morning it's up 5%. Okay, so we will do that. So price to enter is definitely right now. Okay, we'll enter right now, which is, what's the price here, is 315. Okay, 315. So just like 315, enter now. Okay, weekly and daily chart. So we can put this. Okay, then we just say, okay, UMW Pentagon came triggered. Okay, on what date is this? This is the 26th of February. 26th February. Okay, so weekly direction is very nice, right? You can see there's okay, there's accumulation and support. All right, at what price is this? You can put it somewhere around here, 285, 286. Okay, and okay, the accumulation has been more than 1 month. Not the best, of course. We prefer to be actually 6 to 7 weeks, 1.5 months to 2 months. So okay, let's switch to a weekly chart. Now that's why it's important. We always say, those of you who are really serious, get the plugin that we have inside here. You can see it hasn't done yet. Oh, take out of the upthrust. Okay, then we can say on a weekly chart, take out of UT. Okay, which is the upthrust on weekly basis, is a good strong indicator of more upside. Okay, that is based on our back testing, so that's good. So we keep that one in here. All right, so we have that one. Good. Okay, important price level and date. Okay, we can say that there is a resistance at 325. Okay, we can put that resistance at 325 at O resistance, at the O high lah, we can say that. And when was that? The O high was somewhere around in 19th of January. Okay, we can put 19th of January 2021. What else can we say? Then we also have another O high at 350, O high at $3.50, and what's the highest high here? It's 364. 364, what date was this? This was on 8th of December. Okay, so that's good to know. So we are sort of knowing better. Okay, let's look at our target profit. Okay, target profit, we can type UMW, hit that one. Okay, and we have the exit strategy, hit that one. Okay, it seems to be slow here. Okay, let's try one more time. All right. Okay, never mind. We can look at the exit strategy. Will probably be 340. We'll wait for the SmartRobie to come back to us. Okay, there we go. Oh, I ran out of credit too. Okay, now that seems to be an issue in here. Okay, never mind. We will sort this out with our technical guy. Oh, that's right. It's back in here. All right. So please exit TP at 351. All right. So we exit at 351 today. SmartRobie 351. Maybe SmartRobie didn't get paid enough. That's why you're asking for more money. Okay, 351, which is the old high here. 351, and that's our green, red pentagon. Okay, red pentagon. We want to do that. That's the stop loss. Where's the stop loss? You can see here. Stop loss is 282. 282 is somewhere around here. 282. 282 here lah. 282. Okay, so 282 is fine. So we put in the 282 stop loss. 282. Okay, and that will be the stop loss. All right, or red pentagon. Okay, whichever the partial taking, because we want to make sure that is in here. Okay, so we already have that. And how long is the holding period? And we can go on holding period. Normally we just turn our attention to the trading plan. Okay, that is between 2 weeks to 2 months. 2 weeks to 2 months. Okay, 2 weeks to 2 months. So let's sort of hold it for 2 months. Okay, 2 months. 2 months from now, which is March, will be 1st of June. Okay, 1st of June. So that's it. That is our trading plan, like the one we did for UMW. That's right, like the one we did for Supermax. So this is the trading plan that we have done, right, for UMW in here. And the other stocks that we have picked this morning is Telco Axiata. Okay, Axiata. You can see Axiata is building up a nice space here. It did have some period accumulation, hitting up this old high. It does look like there's a possibility it might just hit and retest. Again, those of you who are hardworking, do the same thing like what you did for the trading plan for the early on that we did for UMW. All right. So those are the two trading plans, UMW and Axiata. All right. Let's move on to our next agenda. Oh, again, I always emphasize this on every of my first breakfast show, is the Pentagon trading portfolio strategy. That's right. The trading portfolio strategy continued to perform very well. And so far, we have only done one trade by following the fixed rules that we talk about that was given out in our value investing course. And we continue to do that also in our masterclass to showcase to you, for those of you that the system that we have, the SmartRobie picks using the portfolio strategy of, in this case, of 31,000, continue to outperform compared to the KLSE. Because in here, we are concerned about making money consistently. That's right. So if you do one of those trade that is correct, then you want to able to do it. Just like last year, you can see here. Let me just go back to the previous, just previously here. All right, and if you can do that in December, January to December 2020, on a hypothetical portfolio of 35,000, the portfolio strategy has performed 100% return. That's right, 100% return. For 35,000, you made about almost another 35,000. So that's what we want to replicate this year for year 2021, just like what we did for 2020. That is what we deem to be the power of SmartRobie portfolio strategy in here. All right, so that is where we are up now, 7%, still pretty good. We are quite happy with it, considering the market has done pretty badly, just 2% in here. Okay, now also this is what we talked about early on, the schematic diagrams that we have, and we want to look at those line change. The line change that you see in here, this is LC here, that's the one. You can type onto the QR code and watch those tutorials, just a short 9 minutes here to get you up and running in here. All right, And on the 10th of March, that's right, now this coming Wednesday, we are reserving for our masterclass participants for our portfolio strategy, where we talk about, I want to spend some time with my members and also together with my coach to train for our masterclass participants on the coaching and mentoring, how you want to do and perform well, both for the US market as also for this is again part of our so-called commitment that we have, as well as myself in here, to train those of you who has joined our master class. So lots of benefit being the master class, because I will spend a lot of time with you to get your portfolio and running, and do consider joining us for our next intake. If not, we will come back to you on why you should diversify to your US market on the 10th of March in here. All right. Now, of course, don't forget, tomorrow we will have our Warrant Tuesday, which is the 2nd of March in here. I hope to see you all at 3 p.m. Then we will talk about a different topic, which is in this case warrant. Now we come to our last reminder. So do share the SmartRobie apps with all your friends and in here, and you should get 400 credit for you, and this will be a promotion from 1st of 31st March. How do you share it? Very simple. You can see, hit this button on the top right hand side, and you can see all the, whether you use Telegram or WhatsApp in here, and you just share it. So that's all to it. Very simple to use. You can see this is how we are doing in here. All right, I come to that will be the 2021 benefit. Now let's look at the stock pick. And now stock pick of yours that you all have in here. And this is the SmartRobie feedback. I hope you all can use the QR code given in here, either to go over to the Facebook and give us a feedback, how we can improve ourselves, as well also on the Google Play Store and Apple. Then we can continue to review ourselves. So I'll just leave this here for a minute while I want to look at some of the stocks that you all have, right? Okay. And let's take a look at in here. You got Yuli Corp. Okay, let's look at Yuli Corp. Okay, Yuli Corp. First one is from Elsa Learner. Okay, Yuli Corp. Okay, let's look at Yuli Corp here. Okay, Yuli Corp was green Pentagon, hits here, and now of course what we do is we type in this was a red Pentagon, so you have to be very careful in here. Yuli Corp, hit that one. Okay, again go over to exit strategy, and you can see already red Pentagon. The ATR stop loss is 104, so 104 is here. That is the point where you need to cut loss. Okay, that's up. Right, that's all to it. If it doesn't move anywhere, just continue to stay here. And remember, what is the trading period? Do you do a trading plan or not? Like what we did just now for Supermax. So just like I've showed you with the Supermax, you have it, and always you refer to it, then you'll be fine. Okay, let's look at the next stock we have here. SCIB. Strawberry consideration. In here, the market has came down. Okay, let's look at that. SCIB. Okay, hit the second one. Okay, you can see, and hit the, I hit the stock comment. Okay, I'm going to look at the exit strategy right now. I find it a bit slow this morning. I think a lot of people are hitting SmartRobie very, very early here too. Okay. Okay, while we wait for that thing to come. So what we're going to do is that at least we would know. Okay, here it comes. Okay, it looks like I have this issue again. SmartRobie is keep asking me for more credits. Okay, there you go. It coming back. So we just have to wait for that delay. All right, a little bit of SmartRobie is kind of picky this morning. Okay, so we can see here thing to exit SCIB at 169. Okay, so 169 would be the level that you have, and let's look at 169. We still haven't hit it yet. Just this is where your 169, your stop loss in here. So meanwhile, it's already in the red zone, and bearish may move sideways and go down from here onwards. But if the market were to move back up, where would be your target price? Okay, let's look at the trading plan. Okay, trading plan, okay, will be at 210. That's right, 210. And your profit target is 334, which is somewhere above here. So this one, meanwhile, you just still need to hold on to it. That's right. Now, let's look at what we have from some of you guys in here. I'm going to look at the others too. Okay, we have Cool here. SMAX reflecting post-COVID. Is that Supermax? Okay, Supermax screen is blurred. Tenaga. Let's look at Tenaga. We have another one called Tenaga. Oh, Tenaga, have to type the full word. All right, we have Tenaga in here. And Tenaga, very nice. You can see the nice swing up in here. So Tenaga, exit strategy T and B. Okay, Tenaga. Okay. Tenaga, and we hit the exit strategy. Okay, there you go. Think to exit at 1092. Okay, 1092, somewhere up here lah. So stop loss is 966. So 966. This one's still okay. So this one is nice. Take out of the upthrust. Looks pretty good. All right. So if you are still in there, continue to ride it. As I said before, we are seeing the recovery of the economy and the vaccine. I think this one will probably come in too. All right. We're going to go through. Okay, we're going to look at K Power, which is a very popular one. K Power. Lots of news already in K Power in here. Again, going back to K Power. Hit that K Power. Okay, we're going to go on to exit strategy in here. And you can see K Power exit at 185. So 185 is still okay. So this one's still going to run sideways. Remember what it says there. However, K Power may move sideways downtrend and go lower from here. Be prepared to exit if you break. If not, you just want to hold on to it. Profit target is 291, which is actually somewhere around 291, just the old high here. That's right. So this is how it is, and you don't want to hold too long. The next 2 months, this market should able to come back up, then it will be good. Because many of you may have bought it around here. If you bought it around here, take some profit. Now, if you have bought here, then you need to ask yourself why. Okay, all right. If you bought yourself inside, why? If the market has to go a bit higher, if not, just go on and visit. Generally, what we tell our members is to follow the green Pentagon. That's right. The green Pentagon would be the ideal way of actually holding it. Okay, we got some. Let me see what else. We got Tasco. I think UWC, UMW. We did that. Let's look at Tasco. Okay, we'll do one or two more. Okay, Tasco here, the market. Let's look at Tasco. Okay, hit that one. Okay, Tasco, stock comment, and let's look at exit strategy. This one again. Will be a bit. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, you can see Tasco. We have the market came down. There's a spring in here. Okay, we just have to wait for the SmartRobie to come out. Okay, well, maybe it's the internet connection. Oh, looks like it has this same issue again. He asked for more money. Okay, let's just wait for a while first before it comes back. So you can see Tasco continue to come back down in here. The trend is certainly looking sideways to a down. So we need to see if it does break around. I will believe around 370 is the price level you want to be careful on that one. Okay, careful on that one. So let's look at what we have for others. I think I will stop here. Okay, I will stop here definitely for sure. So what you want to do is to have, if you start using SmartRobie. If you have any issues because of the new rollout that you have, do send your queries to our support@tradevsa.com, and we will resolve some of this issue immediately for you. All right, so we make sure we do that. All right, so that's all I have for this morning in here. Thank you for coming, and don't forget to leave us a feedback on our SmartRobie at Facebook and also on Play Store and Google Store, so we can improve ourselves. And don't forget our April intake for our masterclass is ready, and many benefits, including this Wednesday night, we'll be doing our portfolio strategy, portfolio trading strategies to show you how we're able to get in those returns that we've seen earlier on. All right, and of course, don't forget to join our Telegram chat room at Trade VSA Trading in Idea in here. And thank you for joining us today, and thank you for spending your time well spent here. And we hope that the new SmartRobie feature will be enticing and enhance the user experience as we continue to improve ourselves for you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.